Today we're going to talk about energy choices for business. We're going to solve the power puzzle for you and save you money.
Over the last 10 to 15 years, American Resources have come up with hundreds of products for you to use and save money on your utility cost, from gigantic windmills to gas-driven generators and solar paneling, to name a few. These carry federal tax incentives and accelerated depreciation. The new deregulation laws allow the consumers to purchase power from an alternative provider. Most of these alternative providers have a credit rating of A or better from Standard & Poor's.
This slide is showing a pie chart analysis of the average utility bill for a typical American household. One would deduce from the analysis that investing in heating, cooling, hot water, and lighting would be the most effective way to reduce your energy usage and expense, thereby optimizing your savings. Here you will see information in bar chart format on the percentage of energy use in the home by category. This can give you a sense of where you can most effectively spend your money to get the best return on your investment.
On this slide, you will find tips for saving energy and money at home and even in the office. Some of the tips are easy enough to do, while others may require more effort and investment, but promise big savings over the years. At the Department of Energy website, www.energy.gov, you can find the latest information for heating and cooling, insulation, lighting, appliances, landscaping, and renewable energy to power your home and/or place of business.
Deregulation means the generation portion of electricity service is open to competition. During the deregulation process, the local utility is forced to sell their generation capacity. What remains is a regulated energy delivery or utility company that continues to deliver electricity and provides billing and customer service. Before deregulation, you had no choice, and therefore you did not need to pay attention to the energy markets. You simply paid the bill like everyone else. The objective of deregulation of electricity is to offer greater choice, both among suppliers and services. Ideally, that results in increased market efficiency and dollar savings to you. But the reality is that savings do not come to you by default. You must choose. In the deregulated market, you must decide who to buy from, when to buy, what type of service agreements, how long the contract, or whether you should consider a market-based rate.
The windmills that you see in Atlantic City and those that are planned to be installed offshore in New Jersey and Delaware are products that the government or large utility companies can afford to install. The approximate cost is $2 million per windmill, and they are expensive to maintain. The average windmill varies between 75 and 100 feet high and requires approximately an acre per unit for installation. These windmills have a high visibility and negative impact on local property values. One of the disadvantages of using windmills is they have to be shut down when the wind exceeds 24 miles per hour. In fact, according to the United States government statistics, the average running time is approximately 8 hours a day. However, General Electric's engineers are working on a patent to actually tilt the blades in order to achieve greater production. This alternative, though extremely expensive, is pollution-free once they are operational. Generators are extremely popular with the likes of hotels, hospitals, apartment houses, and office buildings. One of the common practices today is to allow those generators to kick in during peak demand hours, saving thousands of dollars on a yearly basis. These generators can be used as an emergency source of energy in case of a power outage. There are literally hundreds of different types of generators on the market. One generator that comes to mind is Tecogen's Inverti 100. It can run on natural or propane gas and produce 100 kilowatts continuously and will peak at 125 kilowatts. It will also produce free hot water up to 230 degrees. This generator has the capacity of powering 2 elevators should there be a blackout, and will switch on and off electronically as the demand is needed. If you purchase the Tecogen Inverti 100, the cost is approximately $300,000, including installation. It also requires a long-term maintenance contract. However, with a long-term energy contract, this product can be installed free of charge in any facility subject to an engineering feasibility study. With the combination of changing energy providers and using this generator, you will save approximately 20 to 25% on your yearly utility bill.
Solar energy is becoming one of the most talked about subjects in the energy field today. Some companies are issuing a 25-year warranty and claim the panels can withstand up to 125 miles per hour winds. The panels require minimum maintenance on a yearly basis. Most of the new solar panel systems do not require roof penetration. The average cost of a 100 kilowatt solar panel system is between $300,000 and $350,000, including installation. The installation of the 100 kilowatt solar panel system covers an area of approximately 8,000 square feet. There are state and federal tax credits and accelerated depreciation available with the installation of this product. Return on the investment is approximately 7 years. You can obtain a maintenance contract for a minimum fee over the life of the 25-year warranty. There are several alternatives the consumer may use in order to save on the financial outlay of purchasing solar paneling. Rent the roof or the air rights of your building on a long-term contract, i.e. 20 to 25 years. Most contracts have a modest cost of living increase built in. In most cases, the installer requires the building owner to use the generated electricity as much as possible, and the balance is sold off to the grid. This scenario is maintained and serviced free of charge to the consumer, and this will result in not only a long-term income, but a reduction in the cost of utilities in the future. Since the consumer is receiving annual rent, the utility savings will be only slightly less than their current monthly utility expense. With a long-term energy contract, this product can also be installed free of charge in any facility, subject to an engineering feasibility study. The consumer will share in the savings by way of a reduction in their monthly utility bill. In order to obtain the maximum in utility savings, both scenarios would require selecting a new energy provider and using the solar panels. This will save the customer approximately 20 to 25% on the yearly utility bill.
Deregulation is the best thing that has happened to the utility consumer since sliced bread. Deregulation allows the consumer to choose an alternative power provider. In the past, your only choice was to use your local utility company to purchase your power. Most of these local utility companies do not produce the power, they merely purchase it wholesale and sell it to you at retail plus transfer and handling fees. Today, you can choose from 15 Standard & Poor's A-rated utility companies that will save you approximately 15 to 20% on your utility bill.
The most prudent way to negotiate your energy bill is to retain an energy consultant at no cost to you. The utility company, which wins the bid for your power needs, will compensate the consultant. The wonderful thing about this is that you will actually see 4 or 5 of the lowest bids before you make your decision. You can sign a 1, 2, or 3-year contract, which will freeze the rate you pay for your power. Your current utility company will not charge you a fee for switching to a new power provider, and they will still be there to read the meter, handle service calls, and provide emergency assistance. You will still receive the same safe and reliable service that you have come to expect. The only difference is that your energy rate will be at a fixed rate for the duration of your contract. The longer the contract, the greater the savings. Why pay more than you have to for your energy? Due to deregulation, the consumer can now save approximately 20% on your utility bills on a yearly basis. Southern Utility Management is an independent consulting company that works in conjunction with America Approved. America Approved is the third largest energy consulting company in America and is licensed in 14 deregulated states. The combination of these two companies not only enables us to help you select an alternative energy provider at no cost to the consumer, but we can provide you with alternate choices for you to select either solar panels and gas or propane-driven generators. We can also provide funding, bonded contractors for installation, and long-term professional maintenance. This is perhaps the most exciting time in history as technology advances, government initiatives, and new business ventures aimed at America's energy independence are offering the consumer and small to large business entities a variety of lighting retrofitting opportunities. Some of the benefits from retrofitting are considerable energy savings, improved lighting quality and aesthetics, reduced maintenance, reduced labor cost, and reduced inventory demands, since some of the bulbs can last up to 5 years or more. Other considerations are as follows: government and manufacturer rebates, financing and tax incentives which offer a quicker return on investment and greatly reduce the cost of retrofit. Incandescent manufacturers are concentrating on producing energy-saving light bulbs like LEDs. The cost of retrofitting can either be financed or installed for free, based on the cost of the projected utility savings. To get an understanding of how all this can affect you, let's look at a typical building or place of business. If it is more than 10 years old, it is probably wasting at least 40% of its utilities by using outdated fluorescent lighting. Under the new Clean Air Act that President Obama is proposing, and we quote him, the consumer's electric rates will skyrocket under the new environmental laws, but it is necessary for cleaner air throughout the United States. Duke Energy Corp., one of the nation's largest power companies and a major source of greenhouse gas emissions, said that a proposal by President Obama to place a price on carbon emissions would drive up electricity rates in some areas as much as 40% in the next 2 to 3 years. In times of extreme economic hardship for business and residents alike, it is only prudent to consider alternative energy sources and alternative power purchasing. Most of the solar and gas or propane-driven generators have tax incentives attached to them, but how long the government will continue to subsidize these alternative energy-saving products is unknown. We do know that they are available now. Southern Utility Management can help guide you to energy savings and provide funding and installation of these energy-saving products. In conclusion, we propose a 3-phase program aimed at drastically reducing your utility bills. Of special note is the fact that this can be achieved at no upfront cost and can be made available over a long-term contract to share in the energy savings. This will ensure that your utility bill will be significantly reduced for years to come. It should be pointed out that under the new Obama cap-and-trade plan, your utility rates will increase approximately 40% in order to promote his clean air program. This is not meant to alarm you, but merely to advise you to plan for a greener and less costly utility program. Regardless of whether you take advantage of our free computerized energy audit, along with a 10-year cash flow savings program, or whether you call your local energy provider, we urge you to act upon these energy savings. Please don't hesitate to call us at 800-396-1940 or contact your local representative whose business card was given to you at the presentation.